Okay, I want to talk about this, but I don't want to talk about it. But I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it. But I want to, but I don't, but I want to, but I don't, but I want to, but I don't. Um, Sexual abuse and misconduct is rampant in the world. And right now, it's coming to light that a whole bunch of Hollywood people have been um, completely inappropriate with um, anyone and everyone they've been inappropriate with. Um, I have so many thoughts on the topic, I can barely stand it. And it's been bringing a lot of sadness. I mean, it really messes you up. And I just want to say that I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry to everyone, each and every person who ever watches this. I am so sorry for anything that you have experienced that has been sexually violating in any way, shape, or form, for any of the fallout and the consequences because you have spoken up. I am so sorry that we do not live in a world that supports and honors those who speak the truth, you know. And I get it that there are some people who falsely accuse, but it's really not. That's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm not talking about people who falsely accuse. I'm talking about the people who decide that because they're bigger or stronger or whatever, that they can do or say whatever they want in regards to someone else's body and that they get away with it. Now, I personally have done everything in my power throughout my life to ensure that no one gets away with anything. But at the same time, there have been periods of time where I have kept my mouth shut with my own experiences because I had been so blasted for opening my mouth at other points in time. So I guess there have been some times where I have allowed, mostly when I was just too little, I couldn't do anything about anything. But there have been a couple times when I've been an adult that I've chosen not to speak and prosecute because of the way the world reacts to the people who are violated. And I have so many thoughts and feelings on the topic, and I just, it's disgusting. Like, when is it gonna stop? When are the people who are in power going to do what it really takes to spread that power around so that this kind of thing can't happen anymore? And I wish there was something I could do about it, you know? I wish there was a way that I could go back in time and make sure that I had never been damaged, that I had never been violated. I feel like if I had somehow been successful in that endeavor, then maybe I would not, maybe my children would never have been harmed in any way, shape, or form. Um, but that's not the way it works. You know, we can't. It's out there. It's real. It's a part of life. It's not only in Hollywood circles and with all the people who have more power and money and whatever. Like it's everywhere all the time. And I feel like as a whole, we need to take it more seriously when something comes up and when something is said. I don't think that I don't think I don't think I even know how to continue talking about this. Of course that's what we need to do. Of course. That's what we need to do as a whole, is take it more seriously, but what are we going to do individually? I can tell you right now, if anything, even one more thing happens to me, I will definitely not stay silent. Even if I don't have enough evidence to prove it, even if, you know, I'm the stupid one who, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen anymore, but I'm the stupid one at different points in time where I've showed up somewhere where I've trusted that they were going to honor their word to not have any, you know, sexual relations occur, and then it did, and I've, you know, fought my way through and said no all along, but I knew what this world thinks of people and how they react to it, and I've been blamed for so much less. I have been blamed for a huge, massive amount of things that have happened to me in my life that were not my fault. It was not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. And I shouldn't have been treated the way that I was treated, and especially, like, if you're a child and things have happened. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Even if you had a healthy dose of curiosity, it's not your fault. Adults are supposed to have enough cognitive control over themselves that they do not inflict their body upon someone else without their permission and consent. And children are not legally of age to give consent until they're 18 years old. I mean, depending on what culture you live in and what era and whatever, but like, this is not your fault. Not your fault. And whatever the fallout and the consequences of staying silent or speaking up, not your fault. Not your fault. Not your fault. Not my fault. Not your fault. We do the best that we can with the information that we're given. Oh. Not our fault. Okay. Okay, I feel a little better now. It's been brewing for several days. my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. There we go. I've been wondering why I'm struggling in the particular style that I'm struggling and why I'm having a hard time like talking and like dealing with stuff and whatever, and like I don't know why I don't always just think of it first, because it always comes down to it, but the reality is that I've been sexually abused and violated more often than not throughout my life. There are very few periods of time in which I was treated with understanding and respect, and you know, I was waited upon until I gave full consent. And it's been since I was a child, and you know, every day in the news now there's 2 or 3 articles in relation to all of this stuff that's going on in Hollywood and everywhere else, like, and I think it's wonderful that it's coming up and out to the surface, but I also know that it is affecting me, like, every day I'm having it, like, you know, I'm being reminded of realities of, why my life has gone the way that it's gone, and it's seriously like almost all of it is connected and related to sexual abuse in one way or another, and that's not an exaggeration. There are other factors at play, and they're pretty important, but without the sexual violations that I experienced, none of the other stuff would have happened or been as bad for me the way that it was. And I feel for each and every person, whether you've had a recourse or not, whether you've had the capacity to feel any measure of justice, whether you were a child or an adult, I feel for you. And it is not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. And I am so grateful for how much more people are willing to share the realities of the travesties that have occurred in their lives. And I hope that if you're watching this, whether you're one of my children or not, I hope that you know that you are amazing and lovable just the way you are. Whether you feel damaged and broken, ruined forever or not, you are amazing and beautiful and lovable. I am positive of this. I am absolutely 100% positive of this. And I need to remember it on a more regular basis also. Something that I've been willing to tell other people my whole life, but I guess I don't think I told myself quite often enough. So I'm telling myself now. Yeah, not my fault. Not my fault!